Hey family, welcome back to my channel, Waking Butterfly Readings. Much love to you all. As you see, I am doing a intuitive slash psychic reading on these two beautiful angels here. They have been missing since February the 13th of 2017. As you see up here, this is how long this case has been, okay? And it's Abigail Williams and Liberty German, okay? So this is the post that has been put up, okay? Because the authorities are still they are still seeking information that anyone may have that can, point them to who the actual suspect could possibly be, all right? On one of the young ladies, I think it was Abigail, all right, on one of her phones, she had filmed the suspect on her phone, okay? This is the suspect, all right, that the authorities believe that murdered these two young ladies, all right? They were best friends. And before I get started, whatever you hear, it is allegedly. I have to say that, okay? But I am led by the Spirit. And so I'm going to be giving many of you my findings because I meditated on this reading. I want to give a shout out to Connie, who brought this case to my attention. I didn't know anything about it, but I did do my research and find out what this case was about. And from here, I'm going to give many of you my findings, okay? And as a backup, I'm going to be relying on my tarot deck, okay? To see what kind of answers I can retrieve. Pretty much I'm seeking clarity as well as confirmation of what I'm already been sensing, okay? And I was checking out this video, okay, before I started doing my meditation on this case. Let me just say that. And so this is pretty much the video that I'm going to be reviewing while I'm talking, okay, giving many of my findings. So real quick, family, okay, this is the bridge that Abby and Libby, all right, this is the bridge that these two best friends were walking on, all right. So I just want to give many of you a general idea. Many of you know more about this case than I do. I just happened to stumble upon it, all right? I just want to give many of you my quick findings real quick, all right? So as you see, this is the bridge that these two best friends were walking on this particular day, okay? I'm going to fast forward real quick. These are just little side notes letting you know a little additional information that had transpired on that particular day, okay? Now, this particular video right here, this is one of the young ladies walking on this bridge. This is one of the young ladies that was standing here on this bridge. What I was picking up when I was watching this right here, at this particular time, all right, one of the friends, I believe they said was Libby, was the one that took this picture of her friend. What I'm picking up real quick is the suspect was not on this bridge at this particular time, okay? He was somewhere out there in the woods the whole time observing these young ladies, okay? And I'm also picking up on the fact that he observed them and was watching them for quite some time, trying to make sure they were just those two, okay? Because I sense that this person was very calculating, very smart, and for the most part, this suspect was not going to just be walking on these tracks, all right, expecting to do the unthinkable to these young ladies if they thought somebody else was out there, like another adult, all right? So anyway, what I'm sensing looking at this picture right here is that the suspect was out there, but he was somewhere like hidden in the off tracks, somewhere hidden in the woods, watching them the whole time, and decided to strike and make his move. I also sense that these ladies have been on this track before, and the suspect have seen them before. All right, very calculating, patient, and planning is coming to me at this time, and I'm sensing that the suspect was waiting and being patient as far as when to strike. Okay, let me move forward. All right, family, right here, on one of the young lady's phone, the suspect, you can clearly hear his voice saying to the young ladies down the hill, as though he was trying to, distract them, as far as, getting them to detour off the railroad tracks, okay, or off from the bridge. Now, real quick, when I was picking up about this suspect right here, I sensed that he did have a weapon on him. I do sense this, but I'm also sensing that. Now, I don't know if they had put out there that these ladies were strangled, but I'm picking up on the fact that not only were they sexually assaulted, but they were strangled as well. I'm also picking up on the fact, just by me, meditating on this particular suspect, I'm picking up on the fact that he did have a weapon on him, and that can possibly be why the young ladies probably didn't one run to the right, one run to the left, as far as, they were going their separate ways. But like they said, allegedly they were on a track, okay, so they probably couldn't really, take off running one direction, one running the other direction. Obviously they stayed together. But when it comes to the suspect, I'm picking up on the fact that he did have a weapon on him, but they were strangled. And not only that, I'm picking up on also that they were sexually assaulted as well. Okay, I do not know what the because they did find their bodies. I do not know what the autopsy findings are, or whether they released them, because the authorities are keeping a lot to themselves. Let me just say that they're not putting everything out there, and rightfully so, because only the suspect would know those little fine details that the authority would know. Okay. So anyway, as I stated, I do sense that yes, this was the suspect. Okay, this was the last person that saw these young ladies, because the suspect was on one of the young ladies' phone. Okay, it was recorded on their phone, and he has been watching them the whole time, just waiting patiently to strike. Okay. Um, and I do sense that they were strangled. I do sense that. I'm going to tell you another thing I sense also. I sense that the authorities still don't know who the actual suspect is, and I also sense, okay, well, I'm gonna say allegedly. I had to say allegedly. Let me say that one more time. Allegedly, I sense that the authorities still don't know who the actual suspect is, but they do have their suspicions, okay? I'm picking up very strongly, family, okay? Allegedly, I'm picking up very strongly that the suspect could be someone that's in authority, okay? Someone that's in authority position. What I mean by that, all right, the background could be military, they can be security, or a cop, okay? Let me just say that. I sense that this person is still alive. I sense that they live in this community. I also sense that they're not, I don't know if they have retired. I don't know if they have retired, but I sense that the authorities have an idea that it could be one of their own. But let me just say this. I'm not familiar with this town or this area, Dolphin. Delphi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and I apologize. But I'm sensing that, I'm not going to say all of them, but for the most part, I'm sensing that there are some that are within the department, okay, that are starting to sense they could be maybe one of their own, but they don't know who. And a lot of time when it's one of their own, they're always a step ahead. They are always a step ahead, and they're smart. They're very calculating, and they know how to get out of situations, okay? They know how a lot of these situations work, okay, as far as, dipping in and dipping out and keeping their hands clean. Let me just say that. They feel like they can't be touched, all right, because all these years, 3 years, and they still haven't found them yet. So anyway, these are my findings, family. I'm only doing this video because a sister, who go by Connie, she had hit me up, and she was like, I know anything about this case, and I didn't know anything about it. So of course I did my research, and I watched, this video, okay, and many of you are welcome to check it out. And there are plenty of them on YouTube. All right, this is happened to be one of them. It's called Delphi Daughters: The Untold Story of Abby and Libby. Okay, this will give many of you a good background about this case. All right, family. This part right here, I'm going to do a quick reading on these two victims, Abby and Libby. These two murder victims. All right. As it stated, they were last seen February the 13th, 2017 in Delphi, Indiana. And so I'm going to set my attentions. I'm just seeking those things in the dark, bring them out to the marvelous light. I'm seeking to know what happened to Abby and Libby, okay? Abby, who is known as Abigail, and Libby, who is known as Liberty. I'm seeking to know what happened to these young ladies, what led up to them being murdered. What happened to you, ladies? What happened to you, Abigail? What happened to you, Libby? What led up to you being murdered? Who murdered you? Seeking clarity as well as confirmation. Tell your story. What happened to you? I will be using my tarot deck. Family, you are welcome to fast forward, no problem. I'm setting my attention. I'm seeing those things in the dark, bringing them out to the marvelous light. What happened to Abby and Libby? What led up to them being murdered? What happened to Abby and Libby? What led up to them being murdered? Who murdered them? Call upon the assistance of the spirit guides to assist me. What happened to Abby and Libby? What led up to them being murdered? Who murdered them? What happened to Abby and Libby? What led up to them being murdered? Who murdered them? family, I was told we are complete. I was setting my attention what happened to Abigail and Libby and what led up to them being murdered and what message do they have for us. So it's pretty much I can't say that they're going to be random messages. Let me see. All right. A lot of time I get random messages, family. I only by the spirit to go from the bottom to the top, whatever that means. Okay, so whatever you hear, it is allegedly now. All I'm seeking is clarity as well as confirmation. All right, and I appreciate many of you for watching. Let's get with it. Okay, let's get with it. Oh boy. So let me get with it. Let me make sure. I want to see something, family. Hold on. All right, family. I'm just going to show you the cards I have. Okay. This card is upside down. This card right here is the throat chakra card. This is someone who's upward. This is someone who's able to speak. Okay, they are able to speak out, to speak up. Okay. Unfortunately, these two young ladies, they are not able to speak up. And it also can mean, well, they're not unable to speak up because they are deceased. Let me just say that. But it also can mean due to the situation that led up to them being murdered, um, the timelines of everything, maybe they were bound, okay, and they weren't able to speak up, okay, because had it been upward, they are able to holler, scream, and speak up, speak out. They were not able to speak out for whatever reason, okay? Could have been maybe they were muffled, bound, something over their mouth. Okay. This right here is upward. This is the sacral chakra card. It represents I want. This is a suspect family. He's saying I want. This card right here is upside down. Upward, this is the transformation card. Okay. A lot of times I see this card when it comes to the missing, it represents when I see it, it represents that the person is deceased. Now we know that these ladies are deceased, but it has additional meaning as well. Okay, this card can also mean a time of ending. Okay, and renewal and death. Okay, a time of ending, renewal, and death. Okay, or the end of a situation. Let me just say that. This card right here is upside down. Upward, it is foundation and achievement. Okay. It also can mean lack of inspiration. Okay. When it's upside down, it represents lack of inspiration. Now, when I look at this card, I don't sense anything about these ladies' family background when it comes to lack of inspiration. I don't sense this has anything to do with Libby or Abby. I sense that this is a suspect. To be honest with you, family, I'm sensing this was somebody that lacked inspiration and he was bored and it's something that he does during his pastime as far as wandering around out in nature, um for whatever reason, Obviously, he was seeking some type of inspiration, but he was lacking inspiration. Okay. And it also can represent, let me say this also, it can also represent unbalance within the family structure as well, okay? Because this is harmony and balance in the family structure. This right here is lack of harmony and balance in the family structure. So, what I'm sensing when it comes to the suspect, okay, in his family structure, I'm sensing that there's not harmony, okay, within that structure. Let me just say that. Sometimes people want a release. They want to get away from, shall I say, the chaos and drama at home, okay? But if you got somebody who light within is dim, like a suspect, to do the unthinkable to children, you know, um, that's just really a bomb, a ticking bomb waiting to explode, okay? And they want to take it out on other people. But anyway, upside down, it also represents, like I said, lack of inspiration and lack of harmony within the home structure. And it could be due to that person, it could be, violence at home, domestic violence or screaming, or someone feel like they can't have peace at home, so they want to step out away from the home, shall I say, to get away. This is upside down. Upward, this is stand your ground. Okay? This is stand your ground. Now, when I look at this card right here, had it been upward, these two young ladies would have been able to stand their ground and fight the good fight. Okay? But unfortunately, they were not able to stand their ground. Okay? For whatever reason, they were not able to stand their ground. It could be for many reasons. Maybe they could have been outnumbered. But then you have two young ladies and you have one man. Okay. But I'm just throwing some scenarios out there. It could be maybe they were outnumbered or the suspect had a weapon. Okay. All right. This card right here represents wisdom. Okay. This card represents wisdom. But you can learn a lot from looking at cards as far as the background pictures. It says a lot. And for some reason, I'm drawn to the picture more than anything. Okay. Now, when I think about the word wisdom, let me just say that one of the young ladies, I believe it was Libby, she was smart enough. I can't remember, fam. I don't know if it was Libby or Abigail. But anyway, one of the young ladies took a picture of the suspect. Let me just say that. So she was operating in wisdom to do that. Because had she not taken that picture, let me just say, we would not have had a picture to go by. Let me just say that. So when it comes to the word wisdom, I'm sensing it resonate as far as one of the young ladies, you know, filming the suspect, as well as when I look at this picture, it says a lot too. Okay. This is somebody who's watching people. Okay. This right here is pretty much like a family, but I think it's a family unit, a man, his wife, and a child. But he's watching. He's watching two people from a distance. Okay. You learn a lot by looking at the pictures. Okay. This is someone who's standing at a distance, looking back, watching two people. All right. I let many of you be the judge when it comes to that, but this is what I'm picking up. All right. I'm just led by the spirit to go by the pictures more than anything. This card right here is fulfillment of wishes. Okay. Okay, family. Allegedly. This says fulfillment of wishes. What I'm picking up when it comes to this card, I'm picking up more of the suspect more than anything. Okay? Fulfillment of wishes. I'm picking up on the fact that this is something that the suspect had a little fetish to him, shall I say. Just like you have people who have fetish to when it comes to young people, whether it be maybe they want to have sex with somebody young, or you know, they may had desires to murder somebody. Um, how do you say people have bucket lists? Okay, I say a bucket list allegedly, but anyway, when I pick this car up, you know, my senses immediately go straight to the suspect. This is something that he always wanted to do. It's pretty much like fulfilling one of his sick fantasies. Okay, number one, to mess with a child, and number two, to murder someone, allegedly to murder a child. Okay, some people gets off on stuff like this, family. Some people gets off on stuff like this. At the end of the day, when I pick this card up, I'm leaning more towards the suspect in fulfillment of wishes. This is something he always wanted to do to see if he can get away with it. Okay, and rightfully so. So far, he has gotten away with it. It's been what, 3 years? Remember this? I want. It's a suspect right here. This is the base chakra. It represents I have. You see how sick this person is? I have. He have what? He have what, family? He took out two young ladies. I have. He took out two young ladies. Okay? Fulfillment of wishes. I have. I'm getting strong energy about the suspect. I tell you, I'm getting some strong energy. This is the solar plexus card. It represents I can. You hear that? This card represents I can. Okay? So far, the suspect is telling us. Okay? He's telling us I want, I have, and I can. This is upside down. Upward, this is suffering and silence. Okay? So if you look at it from this perspective, the suspect took the two young ladies and abducted them, okay? And they are somewhere trapped in fear. They will be suffering in silence, okay? But that's not the case, you know. Um, to me, I'm sensing it was real quick when they went out. It was very quick and very violent as well. But they are not suffering in silence, okay? It's not like they are somewhere and they are suffering in silence to where nobody is around to hear them, okay? They are not suffering in silence. And you know what? You know what? You know what? Also, the suspect, he's still alive. I sense that he ain't suffering in silence either. He's not suffering in silence either, okay? I have, I want, I can. Fulfillment of wishes. He got away with it. He got away with it. He's not suffering in silence. He ain't suffering at all. But little did he know, he shall reap. He shall reap it. Okay, family. I just want to make sure I have pulled this card, but it should be upside down. That's why I'm always checking my card before I turn them over. This should be upside down. The suspect is not balanced at all. He is not balanced at all. I don't sense that the suspect is bipolar, but I do sense that the suspect is dealing with mental conflict. Now, I do have a mental conflict card, but it did not pop up. Okay. But just seeing this card alone tells me a lot. Okay. As I state, I don't sense that the suspect is bipolar, but I do sense that they have some kind of mental conflict, some kind of mental issues. Okay. They are unbalanced. Thank you for confirmation. This is a truth card. Okay. This card right here also represents clarity and revelation. Okay. Um, and evaluate. Okay. The truth is upside down. And also, this is the balance scale. Okay. This is the balance scale. And this card also represents judgment. Represents judgment as well now. And he not really seeing the truth in the situation. He had his own little, I want to say damn world, shall I say. But I say I do sense that he's dealing with some type of mental issues, okay? But anyway, this is someone who's not seeing the truth. All right? They're not seeing the truth. They're not seeing clarity. All right? This right here, put this upside down. This right here is the destiny card. This card being upward, it represents good luck and fortune, okay, are in your favor. But unfortunately for these two young ladies, Abby and Libby, um, it wasn't in their favor. Okay, luck was not on their side on this particular day. Okay, need I say more? Conflict and defeat. Conflict and defeat. These two young ladies had encountered someone. There was conflict, and they were both defeated. This card represents the light. Okay, a lot of times I see this card, it represents transition as well. All right, it represents renewal of life and contentment and growth. All right, for the most part, um, these two young ladies, um, what I'm sensing in the spirit, they are moving towards the light. Okay, they are moving towards the light. They are moving forward, and rightfully so. It's been what, 3 years? Renewal of life. Okay, family. This right here is a temptation card. Now, when I see this card, I don't pick up anything about these young ladies, Libby and Abby. I don't pick up anything about it being anything to do with why they went out as far as on their part, okay? When it comes to Abigail and Libby. I sent this as a suspect, okay? He was the one dealing with temptation, all right, to do the unthinkable, okay, to approach these young ladies instead of him going by his merry way, bypassing them, moving on, all right. He made a conscious decision due to temptation, okay. There was an opportunity and he took it due to temptation. He did the unthinkable, all right. He approached these young ladies and he did the unthinkable to them. Now, when I get the temptation card, one can be tempted due to alcohol, they can be tempted due to drugs, they can be tempted due to substance abuse, tempted due to hooking up with the wrong kind of people or groups, okay? Or just tempted doing things that are not for your highest good that you know is not good for you or things that you shouldn't be doing, okay? The suspect got tempted. He saw an opportunity. He saw an opportunity and he went forward. He was tempted and he went forward. Okay? This card is upside down. But I was led by the spirit. I'm going to turn it upward, okay? This right here is spiritual union. This card right here speaks from the perspective of these two best friends, Abby and Libby, okay? According to the spirit, these two had a bond. They had a very unique spiritual bond, okay? And the best thing about this situation, they were not alone. They were with each other throughout the whole time. They did not leave each other's side. Okay? So this card represents the bond and the union of these two best friends. Okay? Abby and Libby. And rightfully so, they were best friends. This right here is partnership alliance. This card here represents not the suspect, but it represents the two best friends. See how they hold on to each other? They held on to each other to the end. Okay? They were by each other's side to the end. Okay? They operate as partnership alliance. Okay? This is two people coming together for a common goal. They were best friends and they stuck together. All right? Through it all. One didn't up and leave the other. According to the spirit, they want everybody to know that not only were they together when this man had encountered them, but they stayed together to the end. Okay. And as I stated, I do sense that he had a weapon, and I do sense that allegedly they were sexually assaulted and strangled. But I do sense that he did have a weapon with him. That's how he was able to also gain more control over them. Okay. But this is the two best friends, Libby and Abby, sticking together to the end. So anyway, family, this case right here is so sad. I know it's been what 3 years ago, but it's really senseless. It's really senseless. Let me see something real quick, family. Hold on. You know what, family? I know I said earlier that the suspect probably still live in Indiana, but you know what? He could have got up and moved. I'm serious. Pretty much getting out while, you know, the trail was still kind of cold, shall I say, you know, before it got hot. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know why I'm sensing that he probably have moved now. I'm also sensing that this might end up being a cold case due to the fact that they may never know who this person was. Because for one thing, family, I'm going to say this, allegedly, if it is a cop or somebody that has the authority background position. Let me just say that whether it be military, security, but I'm sensing a cop, okay? They really don't want to put that kind of information out there because that it's going to make them look bad, okay? And they really hate when they have cases like that when it could be one of their own. If you know what I'm talking about, okay? So everything you heard was allegedly, even my findings. I thank you all for watching. It's not too much that I really can say at the end of the day because these ladies, they have been found, and it ain't nothing that I can say is going to bring them back, you know. But I do sense authority position, okay? Someone who pretty much just took advantage of their position. You know what I'm saying? They took advantage of their power, their position. And it's someone that was in the know, that was able to stay ahead of the game. That's why they were able to keep their hands clean for so long because by them being on the inside, they know how this works. They know how they think. You know what I'm trying to say? They know how they think. And cases like this, to me, are rabbit hole cases. These are iffy cases, you know. Just when you think you know, you still don't know, okay? And it really depends on how deep the authorities dig, okay? But when they find out it's one of their own, they're not gonna really dig too deep because it's gonna make their organization look bad. What, 3 years, and kind of find out it could have been one of their own? Ain't nothing but a good old investigation to just find out, just check everybody background, find out which ones have left the force due to leaving, whether it's disability or leaving due to retirement. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, or just leaving period for whatever reason. But these are my findings, family. Everything I said here was allegedly. I thank you all for watching. Much love to you all. Thank you for your love, supporting my channel. And thank you, Connie, for bringing this case up to me. I didn't know anything about it. Much love to the family. Much love to you. And I pray that the family will receive some type of closure, receiving some type of clarity. Um, that's all I have, family. But this person pretty much, just look at these cards. This person's so arrogant. Just looking at these cards, okay? Fulfillment of wishes. This is something that this person always wanted to do. This is something they always wanted to do. I don't know if they was dropped as a child, okay, on their head or what. But this is something they always wanted to do to see if they can get away with it. Okay? Look at this. I want. I want. You want what, suspect? I have. I have. I can. Are you serious? I can. Thank you for watching.